Good evening. It is April the 2nd, 2017. I would have made my weekly weather briefing yesterday, but instead I thought I would make it today so that way I had some more updated thoughts on the storm threat for tomorrow. That way I didn't have to make the weekly weather briefing video yesterday and then make another video for today that would be talking about the storms tomorrow. So I'm just going to congeal it into one video, so we'll see how it goes. I'm not going to try and make this too lengthy. You can tell right now we do have some rain that is beginning to move out of the boot hill of Missouri as of this recording in northwest Tennessee. It is in a weakening phase, so by the time it gets into the Purchase area, which it already is, but by the time the core of this heavier convective area of precipitation gets into the Purchase area, then it will be a lot weaker than what it is. I think it will rapidly weaken over the next hour or two, and it will probably fizzle out right over our area, but still some measurable rainfall not out of the question to be picked up for portions of the Purchase region. Let's go ahead and look at the forecast for this week. And you can tell here that we do have round one coming through right now of rainfall, and that is shown right here on the GFS model. And then the round two comes in tomorrow afternoon, and that would be, and I'm going to show this more in high resolution in a second, on the NAM3KM model, and you can tell some more activity going to be moving out of Missouri for tomorrow afternoon, and then it will be making its way into our region eventually. That system moves out by Tuesday morning, late Monday night, and then we begin to see another system coming in on Wednesday. This one is going to be coming in, I think, mainly on Wednesday morning, and then maybe a more re-strengthening of storms in the afternoon. We'll have to monitor for that. More than likely, an updated video is coming for you on Tuesday for impending storms on Wednesday, so we'll see how that goes. Now, if the storm threat completely diminishes between now and then I won't bother making another video, and I will just update through Twitter telling you that there will not be a video because no storm threat is apparent. But if we do have a storm threat for Wednesday, which it does look like it will happen because of the low pressure being to the north and west of us, putting us on the warm sector, then I do believe that we pose a threat for some storms. Whether some of those will be strong or not is still on the table. As we get into Thursday, things become interesting. The GFS has been very consistent on showing snow showers not too far away from us by Thursday night and Friday morning. Some of those rain showers in parts of central and eastern Kentucky changing over to snow. And we'll have to watch this because it's not going to be too far off from us. Not saying that we're going to have snow, but I mean, these snow showers are very rare to have in April in the first place. It's just we're getting a very strong upper level low coming through around the end of this week. It's going to bring in some cold, cloudy days for Thursday and Friday, and we might even see a couple of snowflakes in parts of central Kentucky. I don't think we'll see any in the Purchase area, which is where I'm forecasting for, but eastern parts of the Pennyroyal pose a threat to see a couple of flurries falling on early Friday morning. We'll see how it goes. Temperatures, either way, whether we see that or not in those areas, are going to be above freezing, but they're going to be in the mid to upper 30s, so even below normal temperatures are going to be very likely as we go into this end of the work week and the beginning of next weekend. By the time we get into next weekend, things look to be quieting down. A big warm-up coming for us by next weekend, and then more systems to monitor down the road once we get past April the 10th. Let's look at that threat for rain tomorrow in more high resolution. This is, like I already mentioned, the NAM3KM model, and I want to show you what the radar is supposed to look like first. I said supposed, doesn't mean that it is going to look like this. But as we get into tomorrow afternoon, which is what I want to get you to, you see the first round of rain coming through tonight. This model wants to show rain still with us around 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. I don't think that's going to be a worry, so heading off to work tomorrow, pack the umbrella just in case. I just think it's going to be cloudy, and the roadways and pavement is going to be damp from the rain that is coming through as of this recording late Sunday night. As we get into noon tomorrow on Monday, notice that we do have a little bit of some thunderstorm activity in parts of southern Illinois, but we do still have some breaking in the raindrops, mainly some breaks going on in the clouds probably also because we have a break of rain that is coming through. We have no rain coming in a part of the day on Monday, so that might be giving the atmosphere a little bit of some time to re-energize, to strengthen itself, and once it does that, then that is going to set the stage for more thunderstorms coming through on Monday evening. We'll have to watch and see how strong they are. Right now, I don't think we're looking at severe storms, but I think we're looking at strong storms. Do we have a chance to see a couple of those strong storms turn severe? Yes. But is the threat very high? No, it's not. So still be on guard tomorrow, but I don't think that we'll have a bunch of worries to have to cope with tomorrow when it comes to the thunderstorm activity. Notice we have a couple of supercell storms taking place if this model is correct, and these will be moving off towards the northeast very rapidly tomorrow, and already by 6 p.m. and by 9 p.m. a lot of these storms and showers will be out of our area, and we will be left with clouds as we get into Tuesday morning. And then that next system comes in by Wednesday morning also. So we have a lot to monitor over the next 72 hours. The threat for storms on Wednesday morning looks to be a little bit higher than the threat for severe storms tomorrow. But we also have to keep in mind that the storms on Wednesday will be coming through during the morning hours rather than these are coming through during the afternoon. So we have some odds that are at play with each one of with each of these systems. So we'll have to monitor each one of them very closely and see how it shapes up for tomorrow. The high temperatures are going to be tomorrow on Monday in the upper 60s to low 70s. If we see the sun break out, we could very well get into the mid 70s, and that would also strengthen the atmosphere even more than what it already looks to be. Dew points, I think, are going to struggle tomorrow because we will have some convective activity close to the Gulf of Mexico that I think will be blocking a lot of our moisture flow, and I don't think that our dew points are going to be recovering because when our rain is coming through, we won't have any complexes right to the south of us. That is what you don't want to look for when it comes to seeing if the dew points, like with the last event, it was a good example. We had thunderstorms coming through in parts of Mississippi, Louisiana, Alabama, and it kept thunderstorms from forming in our area. It didn't keep them from forming, but it kept very severe storms from forming. And that was because we didn't have a lot of moisture for those storms to work with, and you need moisture for severe weather. But tomorrow, I think that thunderstorm complex will move through during the morning hours, but I don't think dew points are going to have a lot of time to recover as we go into the afternoon. It's just the atmosphere is not going to be very unstable tomorrow in order to pose the threat for these dew points to be rising very rapidly. But they will be meeting severe weather thresholds, but just not succeeding them by a high degree. As we get into noon tomorrow, you see those temperatures and the dew points will be in the upper 50s to low 60s. So these are not high temperatures. These are dew point values. They measure them in degrees also. And so we do have the dew points meeting severe weather thresholds, but it's just not succeeding it, like I said, by a high degree. As we look at the CAPE values, I'm just going to show you this last map right here. CAPE values don't look to be all too great tomorrow, but we do have a little bit of CAPE to work with. I mention this every video. CAPE is energy for the thunderstorms to work with, and you need energy for the storms to work with. And where does our energy come from? It comes from the sun. And if we don't have a lot of sunshine tomorrow, then a lot of these CAPE value numbers are not going to be very high. I think we're going to stay covered with clouds tomorrow most of the day. If we see any breaks in the clouds, it would be between noon and about 4 p.m. So during that time frame would be when we would probably see some breaking in the clouds, maybe even a little bit before noon also. This is by 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. Notice how we begin to see some CAPE values starting to rise ahead of that area of convection for Monday morning. And then as we get into noon tomorrow, our CAPE values are hitting their all-time peaks when they're getting to our region. Notice down here on our key that they are succeeding the 1,000 joules value. So that is plenty enough for severe weather at this time of the year. Even a couple of yellows in there indicating above 1,500 to almost 2,000 joules. So we do have enough energy to work with tomorrow, but it's not going to be kind of like the dew points. It's not going to be a lot, but it's enough to meet severe weather thresholds. So I do have concerns tomorrow when it comes to severe weather, but I don't think it's going to be a severe weather outbreak or tornado outbreak. I think we're just going to have some strong storms rolling through the area that we're going to have to monitor. So be weather aware tomorrow. Have a way to get your warnings just in case one is issued for your area. Let's look at temperatures for this week. They are going to be pretty warm for today on Monday. And then on Tuesday, those temperatures are still going to be staying pretty warm. By Wednesday, those temperatures beginning to cool off a little bit. A lot of this will be rain-cooled air by Wednesday. Temperatures will be in the mid-60s for high temperatures. As we get into Thursday, notice how we're already seeing some very cold high temperatures. That will be thanks to clouds and precipitation around. And then by Friday, we're starting to see those temperatures warm up a little bit. And then Saturday, we're also looking at those temperatures continuing on their warming trend up to the upper 60s to even some low 70s. By the time looking past this upcoming week and into next weekend, temperatures look to be soaring up there pretty high and staying right around the mid to upper 70s. So that looks like we have some nice spring weather to look forward to. Hopefully we can get through that warm weather phase without any rain. We'll see how it goes. We'll probably end that warm phase with some rainfall. Looking at the rainfall map over the next 7 days, the National Weather Service has shifted this around. The core of the axis of heaviest rain is right now looking to go through Illinois and Missouri, according to the National Weather Service, NCEP WPC. We'll see if they shift it around anymore, but either way you look at it, thunderstorms can also, individual thunderstorms can enhance rainfall totals, so I wouldn't worry all too much about the colors that you see on this map. Just know the fact that we have the threat of seeing a ½ inch to an inch and a half, maybe even some isolated 2-inch location, 2-inch marks will be met in some locations. So we'll see how that goes throughout the next week, because we do have several events to monitor. Let's go ahead and I just want to show you one last thing. What the Storm Prediction Center is showing for the for their outlook of severe weather for tomorrow. Right now it looks like they have a marginal risk in most of our area. Once this pops up here. Okay, yeah, here it is. It's hard to tell because we have two different greens right here. Okay, the lighter green, hopefully you can tell better now. The lighter green is just thunderstorms, but here in the darker green covering the purchase area of western Kentucky, we have a marginal risk of seeing severe storms tomorrow, according to the Storm Prediction Center. So they think that a couple of severe storms are going to be occurring tomorrow, and so that is what they are thinking. And then as we look even further south, we have possibly a severe weather outbreak coming for some folks that are down here in parts of southern Alabama. Unfortunately, this is hitting some high beach locations, some high impact spots. I know a lot of people from the purchase area this week are on spring break, so hopefully this does not end up running a lot of beach vacation plans down there, but we do have a very good chance of severe weather, according to the Storm Prediction Center, coming for some locations and some high populated areas on the beaches down here and high vacation spots. So hopefully things don't get as bad as what they're thinking that will get down there, but they do have that threat also. So if you're watching this video and you're from the Gulf Shores area and you're on the beach and you're on beach vacation, just know that there is a threat for some very bad storms during the day on Monday. So know what county you're in, because you are on vacation, so of course you're more than likely not going to know what county you're in, and know how to receive a warning, and know that you're not getting warnings still from your home area back in Kentucky, but you're getting some warnings that are for your area also. So I just wanted to kind of give that extra piece of information, because I do know that spring break is in for a lot of our school districts across the purchase area this week, and I know that many of them have probably gone down to vacation there, so just make sure that you are weather aware of that. All right, have a good week.